Alright guys, welcome back. So this is going to be a pretty short one, MicroStrategy. So today it's trading at 2.7% down. This $400 was resistance I was watching, so it is trading, pretty much rejected that level, but it's trading pretty much above its 50-day moving average. So far, year to date, yes, it is still up 30%. And also every week, yes, they have been issuing shares. Let's take a look at that one. So yes, they did issue around $1.1 billion of equity again, and they pretty much bought Bitcoin last week at the average price of $101,000 per Bitcoin. So now their Bitcoin is about 461,000 exactly, and so far their average cost 63,600. That's their break-even price. So it looks like they bought exactly 11,000 Bitcoins last week. Another thing I want to mention is here, yes, everybody knows, some people don't know, that the plan is 21-21. 21-21 meaning they want to dump 21 billions on you guys by dumping shares, diluting, and then they want to raise the rest of the $21 billion from issuing bonds. A lot of people pretty much were running with the idea that they're only going to dump the bonds, and even those bonds are going to be convertible at a very high price, at a high premium, and at the same time those convertible bonds are going to be at a 0%. Well, first of all, bonds, I mean, you have to pay them back, okay? No matter where your shares are going to be trading. If these bondholders are holding your stock, let's say 2027, 2 years, this guy converts at $143. So, and this one, they have to pay also interest. You guys are going to pay that interest, okay? So as a shareholder, they will pay the interest, and they will on top can execute it at convert it at $143. So this is another dilution, but at the same time they can dump it right away. So they will be making crazy money. And my point is, by looking at these convertible notes that they have issued so far, which they haven't done that many, okay? It's not crazy amount they have done. You can go through them yourself, but I'm seeing only one that was at 0, which is 2029 at the premium. Everything else pretty much deep in the money, okay? 143, 183. And everybody run with this idea, and they're still running. I watch a few people, and they still think that they're issuing 0% bonds to buy their Bitcoins, which is not the case. They have been dumping shares on you guys, which means diluting, putting pressure every single week, and they're telling it every filing by filing, saying that, yo, we still have a little bit left. So far, they have left 5.4 billion worth of shares to dump, and most of the buying came from share issuance. It didn't come from issuing bonds. From the bonds, I mean, bonds that they issued, I mean, it's not that much actually. And you might say, okay, maybe they're going to do fully all shares first, but that's putting pressure on the stock, okay? So my curiosity is, okay, let's see what happens once they run out of that 21 billion shares that they want to dump, and then let's see who's going to borrow them money from there. So if they want to keep continuing buying the Bitcoin. So far, if you take a look at these bonds, you can go through all of them. How much they've raised? Less than 4 billion, maybe 5 billion, less than that. But the goal is 21 billion. And most of the issuance came, again, from the shares. So you got to keep in mind on that one. So a lot of people don't understand this is very, very simple. It's nothing complicating is going on. They're just dumping so far. Most of the coins that are being purchased are pretty much you guys. Essentially, you guys are buying it. You are buying the shares. He's selling those shares to you, and then he's going with that money and buying Bitcoin at 50% discount. This is essentially what's happening. You're paying for MicroStrategy $378 levels, and he's selling that share to you, and he's going with that money buying Bitcoin so far. But not many people have borrowed them money in terms of the bond. But we know that their plan is 21. I don't know what's after that. Is it just sit and hold? But BTC doing well so far. That's why this stock is still up here at the moment. After the inauguration, it hit 110. So is it going to break out or not? I don't know. Overall market is at all-time highs. So it is kind of feeling like a risk on last like a few days. But at the same time, we're in the middle of earnings season. So in terms of MSTR, when do they report actually? Well, actually, it doesn't matter when they report. But 5th of February, they have earnings. And it has been a cash cow. In terms of option activity, I'm not seeing much of directional bets. 212,000 calls traded, 148,000 puts traded. So it is being very much milked by premium sellers, by selling you puts, by selling you calls, and all of these people who are giving them money with, I heard that anybody who's giving money, bond investors that are pretty much giving this money to MSTR, they're hedging themselves by trading the options of the MSTR, by selling calls, by buying puts and all that stuff. So they could be putting a lid on it, but again, it depends. I want to see once they reach that limit, whether they will reach it or how soon they will reach it, that limit of 21 billion, and at that point how the stock is going to trade, because those bond investors are not idiots and they're going to be hedging themselves. And I'm wondering how they're hedging, because I heard that some were hedging it with other miners by shorting other miners, but I'm not sure with MSTR's case. We're not going to find out about that one, but we can only follow the price action. I'm just curious what happens when all that money is raised, if it's raised again. But so far, yeah, they're the ones selling, and they will keep selling this week as well, since stock is pretty much favorable for them, for MSTR to sell more. They can still sell 5 billion more for the next 5 weeks and be done with it in the next 5 weeks. And just like last time I mentioned, there's a lot of people here trapped, and this is a lot of supply here between 400 and 440. Unless it clears these levels, it's not going to break out. So it has to break out. I mean, it has to clear these people. People need to, whoever wants to get out, they have to get out. So no new people who believe in this one come back. And also we need to keep an eye on yields and all that stuff. But so far it is feeling like a risk on, but these names are not pushing as much as I thought they would. So, but again, these videos are purely for entertainment purposes only, not a financial advice. And see you next week on a weekly update of MSTR. Take care. Peace.